Hola, 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 and good morning. I mean, it's morning for some of us, but not all of us. So, good morning to those who are morning. Good afternoon to those who are afternooning. So, no makeup. This is just what's up. It's the Wake and Bake Morning Show. Even though I've been up for many hours, woke up super early this morning. Um, you know, it's just been one of them days. I'll just be honest with you. So let me make sure that everything. Make sure to comment. I can see your comments if you're on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure it's on the Twitter. There we go. Cute. So my lighting sucks today. I have no makeup. I'm exhausted, but it's a-okay because it's the Wake and Bake morning show. So hold on. I should have been more prepared. But it's a-okay. Take two. But it's a-okay because now here's the deal. I'm not saying this for any other reason except everything that I'm about to tell you right now is fact in my life. Today's Wake and Bake session is brought to you by Vaporizer, excuse me, the website Pulsar Vapors, pulsarvaporizers.com. And Pulsar, I have had so many of their products, and when I go outside of their products, I always get disappointed. Their products are so solid, and I call this my flux capacitor. Thank you very much. It's an e-rig, and I've been a vape head for a really long time. Back, hey, shout out to my secret society in the chat room. Back in the Dizzy brothers, sisters, her head's cut off a little bit there. I was involved, of course, in the cannabis community when I moved back to California from Kentucky. And I was really passionate about it. And I would get a lot of gigs where I'd be like a promo girl or whatever. And I had this audition once for something completely non cannabis related. But because I had done so much at that point in the cannabis world, because remember, this is when it was medical only. It's a way different world in the cannabis scene. So when I went to the audition, here's the thing. I was going to skip over the details, but it's a good Hollywood story. So let's get some background music first of all. Okay, picture it now. Little Shelly Martinez moved back to California after she got fired from WWE. Not quite sure where she was going to land, if she was going to land a spot or not with TNA. Broke, broke, broke. But man, I was just trying and I gave it my best shot. And so that's where I was as this actress going to this audition, okay? I'm going to show you guys a little clip. You've probably seen it before. Now, I did a photo shoot with my homeboy, Brian Zombie. Oh, I got all distracted. Brian Zombie. Shout out to Brian Zombie. So we did that shoot. Loop. You got me on the loop. Double shout out to Brian Zombie. Actually, he deserves that because not only is he a good friend of mine and he's been through different seasons of me, I'll tell you that right now. But at that time, I was so just broken. Like, I think at this point, now that I think of it, I'm trying to think of the timeline here. Yeah, okay. So I was after TNA actually. So I was really like in a weird spot, right? So when we did that photo shoot, it was really important to me because back then here in town, and you go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame where the stars are, that's where Grauman's Chinese Theater is, and that's where like the handprints and like that whole legendary vibe is at. And for as long as I've known, I don't know, I should have done some research on how far back it goes, but there would be people that would be there dressed as characters, whether it be cartoon characters or superheroes or actual characters that were really memorable, like in a film or a TV show, and they would work off tips taking photos with the tourist. So I'm just gonna pop it on real quick. Let's see here. So that's why there's those people around me, right? Because that's a touristy spot. That's where people go. Of course, they want to get the pictures with the handprints and all this. So if you're somebody that's like way into Superman, and then you see the Superman that's there, who, by the way, the OG, rest in peace, Superman that used to be there forever, he looked a lot like Christopher Reeve. So it was a good Superman find. So that's how these people lived. But what people didn't realize is it looks like all fun, like there's a different Marilyn Monroes. It looks like so much fun, but it's really hard, it's a hustle, and it's a hard life, and that's where I was at that point in my life, like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was struggling with, did I make the right decision of quitting TNA? And that's why I came up with that sign, "We'll wrestle for food," and then I have the Wonder Woman outfit on. That was my way of just kind of expressing where I was at that point. So, going back to the vaporizers, I had this audition and I was driving to it, and I almost didn't go to it. I told the guy, I said, "Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have gas money and I live like outside of town, so I won't be able to come to the audition." He was like, "Look, I'll pay for, we'll come to the audition, I'll pay for your gas, whatever." Okay. I was literally, like, 2 minutes away from the audition location, and I ran out of gas. I ran out of gas. So, bum, bum, ba-dum, bam. So then I embarrassingly have to call a guy and be like, "Look, I'm not gonna make it to the audition. Ran out of gas." He's like, "Don't worry about it. I'll come. I'll get you some gas." He came, I followed him to the location, had the audition, and then after the audition was over, he went to tell me that he specifically wanted me to audition, not just for this music video, but because when he looked at my resume and then started looking at me up more, he was like, "Oh my gosh, like she works in the cannabis world and she's done all these things." Because he had a business that was vaporizers, and that's when I got introduced to vaporizers, and he was just schooling me on it, how the health benefits, you get, better bang for your buck, like, you get a higher quality, no pun intended, with your medication, and they were called vaporizers.com, and that's, I wish I had it handy, but I don't. That's when, like, if you see my videos where I'm on the pink wall and there's a artwork of me behind me and it's green and I have, like, cannabis leaves on my boobs, that is a vaporizer just turned to its side because we ended up collabing, and I had my own, vaporizer line, which was really awesome because my friend, rest in peace, Scott Blair, his artwork is what I used for those vaporizers. So it was really awesome. And that's when I was kind of never turned back on vaporizing when I saw how important it was. So going back to Pulsar, dude, the fact that I'm able to, oops, the fact that I'm able to use hash on here with no butane, and it's in like a bong-like form, so I get that hit like that. That is like my go-to right there. So that's why I had to highlight it here on the comeback tour, if you will, of the Wake and Bake morning show. I had to, you know why? Because I was really proud of making that back in the day. That was, like, years ago. I used it for my Wake and Bake morning show. Now, let me tell you something. What's the Wake and Bake morning show? Glad you asked. So, as most of you know, I have a Patreon, and I've had that Patreon since 2016/17. So, it's been a while. And one of the things that I really drew some inspiration from is this, to me, radio personality, but he's also a voiceover actor and actor himself, host with, host with the most, Ralph Garman. And he showed me through example from being on a top I can't talk right now. How now, brown cow? Unique, New York. From a top morning show here in California on K Rock, Kevin and Bean show, to doing it as on his own. And on his Patreon, he had these different perks for being part of the Garmy. And Monday through Friday, he was coming out with a new episode. So what I did on Patreon for a long time is Monday through Friday, I had first it was I think it started with Wake and Bake morning show, and then it was Martinez Girls Radio. I think that was the order of it. But anyways, I had the Wake and Bake morning show, and I would record at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was only audio, so very low pressure. I didn't have to be on camera or anything. But excuse me, hold on a second. So when I was doing that, it was a lot of work, but it was worth it. And it was so cool, the community I was building on my Patreon based off of doing the Wake and Bakes Monday through Friday. Well, of course, things happen, whatever. I fell off. I hate it. And I've just been trying to get back, but it's hard. And so in my Shelly head, I thought to myself, I'm not going to give up on the Wake and Bake morning show because I feel there's something I can do with it to make it fun, make it fun for me, make it fun for the viewers, and just kind of tie in everything that I got going on at once. Why not? So I thought, you know what? Let's bring back the Wake and Bake morning show. You know, have my community on Twitch. Shout out to my Twitch people out there. I know it's been a really long time since I've been on Twitch, but you know what? Shout out to you nonetheless. And then, you know, I have my YouTube on here, so there's that. Shout out to my YouTubers. And then a special shout out to my secret society. Hang on just one second here.
Oh, wow. Awesome. This whole time I was using the wrong mic. So tell me in the comments, does my mic sound completely different now? Okay, so let me go. Speaking of the comments, first of all, I said I was going to put music on, and then I went off on this whole tangent. That's just the Wake and Bake morning show, right? Hold on a second. Let me go back. Let's get some music. I'm such an idiot sometimes, you know. Let's see here. Put this down a little bit so it's not too loud. Let's go with this one. Sounds different now. Oh. All right. Well, there you go. Only 14 minutes in, and I finally have the right, what you call it, mic on. Oh, that makes me so upset. Here's the thing. I know you guys don't care, but I do. And it's my content, damn it. So there you have it. Okay, comments. Let me go to the comments over here. Got quite a few. Hello, everyone in the chat room. Because I was like, wait a minute. Why do I not hear my sound effects in my... Because when my mic is on and I have my earbuds in it, I can hear how I should sound on the mic. But I didn't put the setting on over here. Ugh. Oh! Old school. Here we go. Hi, Shelly Martinez. You look amazing and sexy today. Also, that ass is so amazing that it should replace Lake Pontchartrain. Causeway Bridge to look that sweet cheeks bridge. Old school. That makes me so freaking happy, Leo Jackson. That makes me so happy. You have no idea. Let's see. Just thank you for all the nice comments saying that I look good, because I don't feel like, I was like, dang it, because I wanted to put not full on glam, but I wanted to put on like just like, you know, a little foundation, a little mascara, a little contour. But it just didn't happen. So I was like, whatever, dude. It's the Wake and Bake Morning Show. I can look like crap. So the fact that you guys are being so complimentary, well, I thank you. Sweaty Elvis. Oh, yeah. Sweaty Elvis over here. Speaking of Sweaty Elvis, if you guys haven't seen this already, hold on, share screen. Talking about Sweaty Elvis. Did you, why is it so dark? Oh, because I don't have that light on. So, did you see my recent Twitter post? Oops. The reason why I put that is my GI tract issues are out of control, and it's just been for the last 4 hours or so. Like, I just been going to the bathroom, and here's the thing: a person that suffers from GI tract issues the way I do my whole life, and you hear that Elvis died on the toilet, and it's a anxiety you have. So I literally accepted today that I was gonna die on the toilet because of freaking Elvis. All right, it's time to go record TMI. Oh my goodness, I feel so much better. I'm telling you, cannabis heals. Amen, sister. Cannabis does heal. Here's the thing. That is a true story. True story. I literally accepted that I was going to die on the toilet multiple times. This was on Thursday night. And it took a lot out of me. It took a lot out of me. But here's the thing. After I walk away from I think I'm going to die on the toilet moments, because I'm not being dramatic when I say this, people, I really think I'm about to die, and I accept it. And I start looking at things differently, and I'm like, shoot, man, like, you know, if I'm like beefing with somebody, it's like, is it really that important? Because what if I died and this is how we left it? Now I'm a huge I Love Lucy fan. And there's this episode where Lucy and Ethel get in a fight. And before they got in the fight, they had tickets to go see this play. So the whole episode goes with them just being petty and being upset with each other. And then at the end of the episode, where it all comes together, is Fred and Ricky bring them to the play, kind of alluding that the other one wasn't going to be there. So then they both would show up. And then while they're both there, just sitting with their resting bitch faces towards each other, being petty and angry and upset, you hear the play that they're watching. And then it's two women fighting. And then a man comes and he goes, oh, you know, your friend, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, we got in a fight and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, she died. And then she had, oh, God, I could cry right now. And then she has a breakdown. And she's like, no, but like, we know we were fighting. It couldn't have ended like that. And that like traumatized me for life, because I always feel like if I'm mad at people, they're going to die. And it's happened. The first person that happened with was my dad. I was very much at odds with him because being Shelly, I was calling out behavior that was not cool. So he ended up dying just before I turned. Wait, no, I was 18. So he ended up dying in a car accident when I was 18. Then I'm just going to be real with you guys. I don't really talk about this, but I'm just going to be honest, okay? Here we go. So before, hold on, because it is on. Hold on. Shortly before Ashley Massaro passed away, I was upset with her. And it was hard for me because I didn't want to be mad at her, but I was mad at her. And then I had this autograph signing that was at a bar, which was so much fun. And it was mostly bench warmer models. And I so happened to be a wrestler and bench warmer model. Thank you very much. And Ashley was one of the gals there as, you know, representing the wrestling. And we chatted about it. And I'm so grateful for that. Because my dad, the same thing. Before he passed away, we had a talk. And so I'm grateful for that. So my point is, then Ashley passes away. Then I had another friend of mine. Same kind of scenario as Ashley. And then they died. Do you see what the common denominator is here? So that episode of I Love Lucy not only traumatized me ever since seeing it to the current day, but then I lived through these things happening so many times over. So when I'm on the toilet and I think I'm going to die, and I think I'm going to die, I think about these things. And I think about if I'm at odds with people or whatever. And here's the thing. It gets me in trouble sometimes, though. It gets me in trouble sometimes in the sense of, like, I'll look at that in those terms and then I'll try to, like, make amends with that person, or I let them back in my life. And then I always end up getting disappointed or screwed over. Me, nobody else but me. When it's like, when you look at it on paper, it's like, well, duh, look what happened the first time. That's why you were mad at them. But then I'm like, but when you look at the big picture, people can only meet you where they can meet you. That's on them if they don't want to grow and try to do the right thing or dig deep in why they act a certain way, or look at it from my point of view, like whatever. But it gets me in trouble. So on Thursday, I was thinking about some people I'm at odds with, and I was like, so it really effed me up, not just my own mortality. Thanks a lot, Elvis. Not only my own mortality, but since then, I have been, what's the right word? Absorbing the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that I had towards these people that I'm at odds with right now. And if I told you guys like the details, I feel like most of you would totally see why I had to cut some people out of my life. You'd be like, yeah, that's probably the best thing you could have done. And it's hard because no one talks about when you cut people out of your life, especially when you care about them, because for your own mental, spiritual health, there's like a mourning process that goes on because they're no longer in your life, but they're still there. It's deep, you guys. You're on the Wake and Bake Morning Show. But that's how we do. Let me go back to the comments. Good morning, everyone. Selma Hayek. I don't know why you're saying she's the GOAT, but she is. You know, I agree with you, Sinner 13, Halloween Fiend 76. But you know, sometimes friends just need to talk some things out. And we did, and I'm grateful for that. Sweaty freaking Elvis. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. Are you keyed in to my TMI show on YouTube? Shelly Martinez's channel. Are you keyed in to knowing about Vampire Radio on the Monty and the Pharaoh channel? And I made it real easy now. I went ahead and bought vampireradio.net. So if you ever want to go catch a Vampire Radio or anything Vampire Radio related, all you have to do is type in vampireradio.net and it'll take you right to that playlist on the Monty and the Pharaoh channel. Make sure to subscribe to their channel because they got a lot of cool stuff over there, especially if you're a wrestling fan. That's like what they do. And they got a lot of cool, fun stuff on there. So check that out. And of course, TMI is on my main channel, Shelly Martinez's channel. And I just wanted to kind of revisit some things now that I've had some time to... Oh, remember I was talking about Ralph Garman and how I was doing the wake and bake and all this? So here's something on TMI that I talked about. I talked about that story about Ralph Garman and being a radio rat. If you don't know, then go watch... Which episode was it? I can't remember. It was a couple episodes ago of TMI. Just go see all the TMIs. You'll see. And I discussed my Ralph Garman fetish I had for a while and how he inspired me and how I was thriving, man. Even though it was a lot of work, I was doing it, dude. So Ralph Garman, he has done a lot of different little things here and there. Like I say little things in the sense of like, you know, a hosting gig for like this and that and the other. So one of them was a show called the Joe Schmo Show. And that's when I was like, I want to be that. Like, I want a gig like that, dude. I want to be that person one day. And that day came and I talked all about it on TMI. So let me go ahead and share that with you guys if you haven't seen it yet. Here we go. I hope you guys enjoy. There was this show, Y2K, called the Joe Schmo Show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He was the host. He was the host.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who he is.
Yes,
okay,
dude.
Yes.
He was the host. And so for me, I'm somebody that I'm Shelly Martinez, the hostess with the mostest. There's been so many times undocumented.
Surprised you weren't on the Joe Schmo show.
I would have loved to, but I always wanted to host like a TV show, even if it was just like an independent, like maybe you know, underground one, whatever. And so when Ralph Garman, because I already knew him from the Kevin and Bean, I already established that connection with him. And then when he was on Joe Schmo Show, he was so good in the type of host, like that, one of the variations that I strive to be. And so I had to show you a clip so then you could put it in on the final episode.
Absolutely.
There's a clip I have of a independent horror movie I did, and they had me come in and I finally got it. I was the host of a fake reality show because it was for the movie, and my entire scene that everyone there, their words said I killed it and they can't believe I never did it, I was literally imitating whatever Ralph Garman in the Joe Schmo Show.
All right, everyone, picture time. Smile big, ladies.
Can I have your attention, please?
Yes, you can. Right. What's up, ladies?
Oh my God. I'm Devin Clark, and I'm the host of the show. Thank you and congratulations on being cast on the new reality TV show, West Hill! I know all of you are excited, and the networks think the show is going to be huge, and you all look great together. Please keep in mind that there are cameras everywhere. Everything you do in this house will be filmed.
When does the show start?
The show began the moment you step foot on this property. Please make wise choices, people. We all know that reality TV can ruin people's lives. Don't be a cautionary tale. It can happen overnight. Be careful in every action you take while living here for the next 30 days.
Also, there's something very important that all of you need to know. You are not allowed to leave the property or you'll be dismissed from the show. There's no contact with the outside world. There's no TV, no internet, no phone. There's no communication whatsoever with anyone outside this house. You just have each other. There's something hidden here for you. There's clues that lead to it. You must follow these clues and their direction, or you lose sight of what you're trying to find. It's vital that all of you understand that and follow them in order.
What are we looking for?
You'll find what you're looking for in the last clue. The first clue is in the fireplace. Please be careful, everyone. We want everyone to have fun because after all, this is just a TV show.
Are we filmed sleeping?
Everything is being filmed. There's no cameras in the bathroom, but they're everywhere else, every corner. Just follow the clues. That's what you do. Be yourself and have a good time. How many clues are there? You'll find out when you find your third clue. But that's all I can tell you guys for now. From this point on, you're on your own. Is there any questions?
Yeah. Where's the bar?
I'm sure you'll find the house well equipped with everything you need. Have fun, guys. Have fun while you're staying here. And welcome new cast members of the new TV reality show, West Hills. Good luck to all of you, and have a good show.
Peace.
Oops. Messing up over here. So yeah, dude, I'm really proud of that. It was a really awesome experience for me. Oh, hold on. And if you want to hear more, go check out TMI. Again, it's on the Shelly Martinez channel on YouTube. So another thing, hold on. First of all, going back to the chat room. Yes, I was a member of LAX and I had a dang good time. I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you over here. Let's get back to, okay. So let's get some more music, shall we? Here we go. Let's go with this one. Here we go. Hey, here we are, the Wake and Bake Morning Show. Hope you're having yourself a good time. So to the people, my secret society that would be in the private chat, I try to write you back, but Bush League, I'm over here. I had to unplug because yes, I still plug in my keyboard to let one of my lights get plugged into my computer. So when I went to type, I couldn't write. So sorry about that. I'm not ignoring you. I see your comments. So anyways, yeah, dude, that was my little, that's something that like, it was so last minute. Katie Lee, or Winter, however you would like to know her. She was also in the film and it's called, I forget. I'm such a jerk. Because I keep wanting to call it The Darkness of Night, but that's a different movie. The Wake and Bake Morning Show. Oops. And then I don't even push the right button here. Here we go. That's what we're doing over here. Hello, people in the chat room that are just joining. So we talked a little bit about TMI. Let's talk about Vampire Radio. Yes, indeedy do. It is over there on the Monty and the Pharaoh channel. So you should go check it out. And like I said, they have so much content over there, wrestling related. So if you are a fan of wrestling, you should definitely check out their content. Subscribe so you don't miss an upload. Also subscribe to my channel too, Shelly Martinez channel, so you don't miss an upload over there. But oh my goodness, so I used to have this, I've had so many different, okay, first let's go down the timeline, get organized here. The first time I guess you would say I ever had a podcast was in 2009, I believe. I had Funtime Radio. Hold on, let me get to my switchboard over here. Freaking Funtime Radio. That's where it all began. Shout out to Funtime Radio. That's where it all began. And it was awesome because I had it on Blog Talk Radio. For those of you who remember Blog Talk Radio. Oh, I loved it, dude. The only problem was and it's not really a problem, but it sounded like AM radio, which is fine. But over time, it was like, it bothered me that it didn't sound like this, even if I recorded it like this. Like if I did a pre-record and I used like a good microphone, it would still broadcast across Blog Talk Radio in poor quality. So that's why I moved on from it, which is sad because I wish I still had access. I've tried to my Funtime radios. Man, I had like famous wrestlers on there. Like it was so cool. Actors. Funtime radio. And then people can call in. It was really cool. That's where I came up with the 5-minute shout out. At the last 5 minutes, that's when I would have people call in and I would take their call. And it was a lot of fun. And then that transpired to doing Martinez Girls Radio with my sister. I did that a long time. And then I came up with the Wake and Bake morning show, which was pretty much Martinez Girls Radio, but I just renamed it, I guess. And then I came up, and then there was Save Wrestling, the podcast. I used to do shows for VOC Nation, if you guys remember that. And then that's when I was just trying to talk about like my wrestling ventures, this, that, and the other, right? And then let's see, I think I had I think that was it. Yeah, Martinez Girls Radio, Funtime Radio, Wake and Bake morning show. And then a couple years ago, I started this thing called Talking Shit with my homegirl, ACR, Amanda Rodriguez. And it was just like, I felt like it'd be cool to do. First of all, I came up with Talking Shit and I was like, who should be the first person I do this with? And then I thought, well, why not just always do it with Amanda? But that's not to say other people, like I won't do other episodes. It wasn't meant to be just solely me and her, but she's like the regular co-host kind of vibe, right? So we did a bunch of them and they were really good. Oh my gosh. And I've been re-releasing them on Vampire Radio as a segment, kind of like an interview segment or whatever. So you go check it out, vampireradio.net. The playlist is there. It's all there. And I was thinking like a few months back, I was like, the reason why Amanda is a good like reoccurring co-host is because the way we're talking, that's how we are. And it's like we're letting the viewer be that like fly on the wall. And I think we have some interesting things to talk about. And another person that's the same to me is Chrissy Riviera. If you guys know her from CZW or through the independent scene throughout the years. And I was like, you know what? I should like, especially because she's doing the Hatchets and Honeys podcast. And I was just like, it'd be a good time for her to like promote it. But then like we still have our little talks. And it was so funny because when we were thinking about what we're going to talk about, this was right when the Jim Carrey stuff came out. Like it just came out. And then there was this whole moment like in live time where like I was doing investigating on it. And then like while we're recording the episode, I'm trying to like show her what I found and it's like deleted stuff. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And I just feel, even though it's old news, it was quite the moment. So let's go ahead and revisit me and Christy Riviera trying to crack the code of what the F's going on with Jim Carrey. So you know it always goes back to wrestling, and I have to go here with you. We're gonna go to your Twitter feed over here.
Oh God.
We're gonna go to your Twitter feed because, as the kids say, this clip right here lives rent free in my mind. Here we go. Watch. Real quick. Can you guys hear me? Sarah, can you hear me? Just making sure I'm doing this right. Okay, good. So this is not the clip I intended to share, but I'm just going to go ahead. Whoa, okay, cool. So this is not the tip I intended. I was intending to share the Jim Carrey one, which is still fun, but I'm glad this video popped up instead because this was a really cool, powerful moment I had with Christy. And Christy and I have been friends for years, dude. And to be able to like have this cool moment because we're coming together, we're creating, we're collabing, I just think is really awesome. So let's get back into it. Hold on. Perfect. It is so perfect. And then the look on your face.
Pretty sure I busted my knee pretty bad on that, Sarah.
Oh, you could never tell. You could never tell. Look at the face. And unbeknownst to you, I mean, we've been good friends for years. Sometimes I go on your feed just to look at that.
That was a fun match. That was fun. It ended with my demise though. I actually took a Michinoku off a scaffold through through a table. I climbed a scaffold. It was like a tag match, and it was cage of death, and it was crazy. They had scaffolds and tables, and they had those ropes, all that stuff. And this guy Devin Moore was climbing, and I had like a feud with him throughout the months at CZW where I was doing stuff to him, like low blowing him. I threw him off like a ring truck at Tournament of Death, like all this crazy stuff. This is when CZW was good. So the feud came to a head at that match, and he climbed the scaffold. I climbed in after him. I went to give him a low blow at the top. He had a flask because he was in some team that was like always drinking. He had a flask in his crotch, so I ended up hurting myself. He pulled the flask. The crowd went berserk.
Oh my God.
I went to climb down. He grabbed me, flipped me over, and I never took a bump like that before, like off a scaffold. I was like terrified to take that.
And I just love it. And there's times, I know this sounds so dumb, and I've been waiting to tell you this in person, so here we are. It's better. I mean, not better, but as best as we can get right now. There's times like when I feel like I can't do something sometimes, and I watch a clip, and that's why I'm saying sometimes I go to that and I'm like, I can do this.
If we're going to be real, I'll be real with you. Like, that was such a low point in my life at that time. Like, personally, I was like going through a divorce and like had to see my ex at that show and stuff like that. And I was really in a bad place mentally. So I think like that almost helped me a little bit, which sounds crazy.
Feel a bit nervous today.
I feel great.
I canceled all my food deliveries.
What's going on here?
And it's totally transformed the way I eat because
How come it's not me? Oh, duh. Anyways, sorry guys, I'm rusty over here with the streaming live vibes. So yeah, that wasn't the clip that I meant to play, but I just think that I had a really cool moment there. So you got to go check out the full episode of Vampire Radio with Chrissy Riviera. And not only that, on the Monty and Pharaoh channel, they interviewed her for one of their shows. So there's more Chrissy Riviera for you to go and get to know over there. And of course, she has her Honeys and Hatchets podcast with Noelle, and it's over there on the Russo brand, so make sure to go check that out as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this cool clip from the latest. The full episode's not up yet. I'm still working on it. Hopefully I'll be finished with it today, and then it'll go up next week. But the next Vampire Radio, here's a little sneaky peek to let you guys know what to expect on that. In the next Vampire Radio, I am so excited to have here on Vampire Radio the one, the only Miss Lori Laurenberg. How is it going?
It's going well. Good to see you again.
Something that's been on my mind, and I always think of you, is the GATE program. You just have like opened up this whole realm of understanding dreams. I've always been a dreamer. I'm pretty sure I was a GATE kid.
Okay, so the mall world scene, which is typically a bunch of connected elements like a mall, a restaurant, an airport, an amusement park, everything connected. The thing about dreams is that they are a visual representation of our mind.
But I thought it was really interesting because it was all things that I don't talk about because it makes me feel like I'm a complete psycho and a weirdo.
And I've had people come at me because they insist it's another dimension. Now, gay kids have these mall dreams more than most people because they're trained to navigate and build, and they're trained to think in a very complex way.
Do you have to go to the bathroom in a sink?
Okay. That reminds me of a party I was at one time.
Oh, why are we all going to the bathroom in front of each other? This isn't cool. Like, I don't like it. I think it's weird. So I guess kind of like in a way shame a little bit.
Because you've not gone down the rabbit hole. In real life.
Yeah, that rabbit hole's scary, man. My damn mic was muted. Rusty old Shelly over here thinking I'm doing a good old job and like, oh my gosh. Anyways, I freaking love Lori. You got to go check her out. We recorded that in January, and here we are in April. And I needed to revisit the conversation we had now, and I'm really, really grateful for it. And I'm super excited for you guys to check it out. So stay tuned. It'll be on vampireradio.net probably next week. Just you'll see. Make sure you're subscribed over there. You will get the notification. I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I did talking to Lori and reflecting back when I'm editing it. I think it's really cool stuff, no matter what your belief system is or in it isn't. I think we have some good thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And hello, she's the dream expert. She knows what she's talking about. So to get that perspective of a professional, and this is what they do, I think is really important to the subject. So vampireradio.net, subscribe. All right. So here's the thing. Well, first of all, let's go to the I was gonna say comments. Yeah, I guess the comments. Chat room. Middle of the night. How can I forget that? That's because here's the thing. That middle of the night. Hold on. Trying to get a better song there. I forgot what all these. Oh, what this is called? Spook Off. Let's see what that is. So, not only did I have an amazing experience on set, and it was last minute and everything, so there was kind of this rush to it, but I also went and promoted it on this talk radio. It's called LA Talk. Me and the director David, we went to talk or promote the film, and that opened the door to me to some broadcasting people that to this day I'm still in touch with and things like that. So I just love how that whole gig for me as a whole was really planting seeds of alignment for my love and passion of broadcasting. And I think it's so freaking cool. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a watch along with it soon with you guys, if you guys want to join me very soon. So stay tuned. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, mainly Twitter. That's where I'm going to be talking about it probably. But, I'll also do some posts on Instagram and all that. If you need to follow me on there and you want to know where all the official links are, just go to shellymartinez.net/link. It's all there for you. But yeah, how can I forget? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a meaningful project to me. I can't believe I had a freaking boner moment there. Now, hey, big time, welcome back. I like your name there, Sarah. I can't talk. Sarah. You know why? This is still my first cup of coffee, and because it got cold, like naturally, so it's like room temperature. That's why I'm not drinking it, but maybe I do need that caffeine because after all, it is the Wake and Bake Morning Show. Ugh, okay. It's not too bad, but Ariel's fellow gaming vampire is Sarah's name in the private chat. How do you become part of the private chat, you ask? Well, I'm glad you did. What you have to do is become a Vampire Radio VIP or higher on my Patreon, which is patreon.com/ShellyMartinez. Or if you want to be a member on my secret society on the main site, which is shellysecretsociety.com, you get the invite, you get the StreamYard link, and you get to join me just like Sarah and Big Time Bri are. And there's a private chat room for that. So that's what that's all about. And I have a question for the Secret Society people. So did you go to an original link earlier today and that link didn't work? Or it worked, but I wasn't there? And then this one did? I'm very curious because I think I made an oopsie. Ugh, I'm such a nerd. Oh, so did the original link work for you? Or did you not see the original link? Let me know in the chat room. So if you follow me live Wake and Bake from WrestleCon, no, but I will be vlogging. You're warned, people. Shelly will have her camera and I'll be running amok. And I look forward to it. So on Twitter, there was like this whole thing, and I talked about it on the latest TMI, so I'm just going to show you on the TMI what I said, okay? Here we go. Hold on, let me turn the music off. It's a good song. All right, here we freaking go.
And it's been 1 week since you saw Shawn Michaels.
Ugh.
So
has it though? I tagged you in something.
I think you did, but I'm just saying, at least on the air.
Oh my.
NXT, and it was Tatum Paxley, and it was Shiloh Hill, and it said the clip that you retweeted, the caption said, "I cannot not see Crowbar and Daphne now." And all you said was, "Is this cosplay or something?" It's all you said. You didn't say anything else. I just chimed in and I said, it's just not good. Now, you know me. I said I don't like cosplay. So you said, is it cosplay? My comment was, it's just not good because it's just not good cosplay. So I wasn't even commenting on the cosplay of Daphne and Crowbar. So I would love to hear where you took this retweet and then the barrage that came afterwards. Then your comment to me was, feel this is a slap to Daph's face and honor. Could be totally wrong. Have no clue who these people are. This just popped up on my feed.
Yes.
Then the barrage opened up.
Okay, so hold on. I still am like getting over that disgusting cold. Not that I'm sick, it's just the residuals. So I'm just going to tell you a timeline of events that happened. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it with our audience. And you people do whatever you want with it. I really don't care. Because people that are coming, once again, like we saw this with the Janelle Grant thing, people who already are ready to like fight with me online, or somebody to say something so they can fight with online, and there I am. Like, I'm not talking to you because you don't get it. And you never will. Like, ever. So let's rewind. Now, I was friends with Daphne. Of course, I wasn't as close as like Francine or the Bipolar Bear group that she had, and a handful of other people that were really super tight with her. But like, we were friends. Like, we opened up, we got vulnerable with each other, we related to each other in so many freaking ways. Like, and it was cool because I felt like with me and like who I am and how my characters, the different versions of them throughout my wrestling career since the beginning, and what they are, like, I don't feel a lot of people can totally relate within the business of that energy. So it was really cool when I got to know Daphne more, because I finally found somebody within the business that understood certain things like the way I did, as far as like how and you saw it in our characters. We're not the same, but we both had this thing about us that just when we were on screen, people wanted to look. And we were both in our own ways psychotic, but it wasn't cartoony. We made people believe, oh, I know a girl like that. Oh, so to be that kind of performer and to dig within yourself to bring those kinds of attributes out into your performance, you just got to understand things on a certain level. And so I just want to say real quick, I know it seems like probably I'm going off on a tangent here, but I'm not. The reason why I'm bringing all of this up at this point because when I watched this back, because I'm always in the chat room on Fridays when the TMI episodes go up, it seems like I'm going a different route about it, but I'm trying to give, at that point, Chad, and then now at that point on Friday, the viewer, and now you guys, why I understood Daphne in a way that some people don't, because of the conversations we've had and the types of things that bother us and the types of things that have happened and how they have affected us. And so I guess my point I'm trying to get across is I'm not just her friend. I'm not just a female wrestler, but I'm somebody that put the same kind of energy into my performances and my characters. And this whole subject that we're talking about here is about characters, a character in wrestling, Daphne and Crowbar. So I just want to make that clear. That's where I was kind of going with this. And that part of it, I didn't prepare to really talk about. It was just on the fly. So that's why it's kind of like whatever. But I thought it'd be cool to revisit it with you guys here on the Wake and Bake Morning Show so that I can kind of explain where I was kind of coming from at that point and what I was trying to, the narrative I'm trying to show people as far as I'm concerned, because the subject here is character. Just wanted to say that and throw that out there. All right, let's keep going. Didn't really find that with anyone until her. I got close. So my friendship with her, my whole point is it's deep. Her passing really affected me and continues to. I have dreams about her. Like, that's who Shannon is to me. So when people are online and they're saying how I'm in the wrong for saying this and attacking me and how dare I and this, that, and the other, guess what? I go online to share my life as a person that once was in the wrestling business. And because I've had that's why people are tuning into me. I know these people. Not only did I know her, but she was my friend, and we had a very meaningful, deep friendship. So based on conversations I've had with her, and then based on conversations that I've had with people who are very close with her. Now, here's the thing. The timeline. Let's go back to that. So because she's on my mind a lot, and if you go through my Twitter, people that want to you just want to look and go dig, I post a lot about her on my timeline. Not all every day. Her and Ashley both. I post pictures of them, like the whole 9 yards. So she was on my mind. Then all of a sudden, I started seeing that video circulate and people throwing in there how, it's very much like her. And I thought, that's interesting. Then I thought to myself, going back to that tweet, so is this a cosplay? Meaning, a lot of times in wrestling, I've done it myself. If someone has inspired you, maybe you'll do honor for them in a match or a specific match that's usually a highlighted match or something like that to pay homage or a certain date. So I didn't know if this was this girl wrestler that for one time she did this or not. And what made me say that is there was a couple people that were in her life intimately that hit me up and asked me what I thought of it. And I said, it's so weird you'd say that because I've been seeing her that video pop up. And so we talked about how. Sorry, there we go. See, I'm catching it this time. So if you want to see the rest of that, go to the TMI playlist on Shelly Martinez channel on YouTube. You can see the rest. But I just kind of wanted to throw that little part out there because when I was watching it yesterday with everyone live, I was just like, I want to, not that I have to, but I just wanted to throw it out there for anybody that could misunderstand my disposition and all of it. And at the bottom line is, some people came for me because how dare I question if it was a cosplay or not, I guess. but like they were almost a lot of the negative comments were acting like I was going after the girl, Tatum. Like I was going after her, and it's like, no. And I hate that people tagged her. They like brought her in on it. It's like, dude, this isn't what it's about. So anyways, you can see more on what I'm talking about if you go with the latest TMI. It's up right now. The channel's almost monetized. So thanks to each and every one of you out there that have been watching the videos and stuff like that. Like almost remonetized. I was monetized for so long, and then they changed things a couple years ago, and then I got demonetized and I had to meet certain requirements. So it's been a journey, but I appreciate all of your views and everyone over there on Twitch. Thank you for sticking it out with me. I didn't quit doing the Twitch. I just couldn't fit it in my schedule anymore. So it's good to be back on the good old Twitch. Leo Jackson, that was the win for me today. But I'm going to have to go ahead and get out of here now. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back next Saturday at somewhere between 8 and 9. I'll let you guys know for sure, but definitely between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today, and hope you have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll be talking to all of you guys later. Adios.